On August 19th, 2006, my world was shattered. My sister had died of a miscarriage, and that day left me scarred forever. And for 4 years, it shaped my worldview into seeing this world as nothing more than a pitch black hell of darkness. But I eventually learned, after I met God, to view this scar as unbearable as it once seemed, to view it as a blessing, because there are so many things that I learned that I would not have been able to learn otherwise if I had not gone through that hell. My sister taught me what it meant to be human in all of its negativity and all of its darkness. My sister taught me pain, hatred, malice, and all of the negative things that come when losing someone that is your only light left in the world. But my sister also taught me to not put my faith in mere humans, especially those who are not even born yet. And even though these emotions were once so all-encompassing, and I went through all of that, it also taught me that making vengeance and hatred your reason for living only brings more pain and suffering. My sister taught me that God does not give up on you, no matter what you think, feel, no matter what you believe. God loves you. It doesn't matter if you scorn God to his face. He still loves you, and he will go through hell and back to pursue you, even if it takes your entire life. My sister taught me not to mistake silence for a lack of anguish or grief. My sister taught me just how painful the human experience is, but it is because I learned of that pain at such a young age that I came to better understand just how beautiful and just amazing the human experience is once we give our lives to God. And that led to me having a better understanding and even more powerful understanding of the beautiful side of the human experience than I had of the horrendous side of the human experience. And my sister taught me to not deny the horrible side of the human experience, but to embrace it, acknowledge that it's there, and to deal with it, to fight it, and to let God fight it with you, because you can't do it alone. If you try to do it alone, that hellish darkness is only going to get darker, and life is only going to become more and more painful. And excuse my stuttering, this is not an easy video to make, and I usually stutter on my normal videos, much less this one. But my sister taught me to reach out to those who stay silent in their grief and don't make their grief apparent, to watch out for those people, and if you see them, do not hesitate to reach out to them, and to be a light to everyone, no matter what hatred they meet you with, because there's no telling what kind of hell they've been through in life. My sister taught me that this hell is not exclusive to me, and that everyone experiences it in their own way, one way or another. My sister's death helped me understand just how beautiful and loving and compassionate and determined God is to save his people, no matter how far they stray from him, no matter how deeply they hated him. Because when my sister died, 4 years after she died, for 4 years, I hated God with everything I had in me. I hated Christians with everything I had in me, and I hated people in general with everything I had in me. If I hadn't gone through the nightmare of losing my sister, I would never have been able to understand love, compassion, and empathy, and mercy, and all of the things that I mentioned before, the way I do now. And as I said, even though I know this scar will never heal, and at times it seems unbearable, I've come to see it as one of my greatest blessings. Because, as I also said earlier, my sister taught me what it means to be truly human, in all of its darkness, in all of its beauty, in all of its pain and suffering, and all of its perseverance and triumphs, and everything in between. To be honest, I don't know if anything I'm saying right now makes sense, but I hope that it relates to at least someone, and I hope to show you guys that making hatred and vengeance and despair your reason for living is only going to lead to greater pain, and to give that pain, that hatred, despair, that malice, let it all out on God. He is not only willing to take it, but He wants to take it. And for 4 years, I denied that with everything I had in me. And because I denied it, instead of letting go of my arrogance and turning to Him, I didn't. And I tried to overcome it myself, and it only led to more pain. And so, I hope you guys just give it all to Him, because He's the only one who can take all of that negativity and all of that darkness. There's no other human on this planet that can take it in its totality, no matter how close you are to them. And they may be able to help you with it, but they can't fill the void in your heart in full. So, even though I can never in one video explain everything that my sister taught me through her death, I hope this sheds a little bit of light on something, and I hope you guys learned something and see this as more of me just being a blabbering mess. And this is definitely a hard video to make, but it's honestly the most important one. Not because it's, of course, related to my sister, but because there are so many out there who, at one time, lost the only light in the world that they had. And because they lost that light, they thought that they could never come out of that pain and despair. And I just want you guys to know that you can, and you will if you give it to God, and you don't deny that darkness and that negativity, and you embrace it. And by embrace it, I mean let yourself feel it, but also let it go and give it to God. So I just hope this video touches you guys, and I hope you learned something from it. And I thank you guys so much for all of your love and support, and just for being with me despite my lack of uploads. And I can't thank you guys enough, truly. You guys have made such a difference in my life, and I'm eternally grateful. And you guys have also helped me, better myself. And I was going to say something else, but yeah, you guys have definitely helped me better myself. And again, I'm not making sense, so I'm going to cut this off now. But I just want to thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. God bless.